Please don't forget subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get notified of new daily videos.
My name is Alina Vance, and I'm a software architect who takes immense pride in my work, especially my custom-built development rig. It wasn't just a laptop, it was a carefully configured extension of my brain, essential for my projects. I was on a long-haul train journey from Vancouver to Toronto, making good use of the time to finalize a critical client presentation. Across the aisle from me sat Carson Bellamy. From the moment he boarded, Carson was a force of pure, unadulterated entitlement. He had an exotic Bengal cat in a designer carrier, which he insisted on letting roam his section of the train, much to the annoyance of other passengers. The cat, while beautiful, was energetic and kept swatting at people's bags and trying to climb the seats. Carson, meanwhile, was oblivious, loudly conducting phone calls on speakerphone, disrupting the quiet car, and hogging not one, but 2 power outlets with his array of devices. I needed one of those outlets for my laptop, which was running low, and my presentation deadline loomed. After enduring an hour of his incessant chatter and his cat batting at my expensive leather satchel, I finally approached him. "Excuse me, Carson," I began, using the name I'd heard him bark into his phone countless times. "Would you mind terribly if I borrowed one of those outlets for a few minutes? My laptop's about to die." He merely grunted, waving a dismissive hand. "Can't you see I'm busy? Find another one." There were no other outlets available in our section. I tried to explain the urgency, gesturing to my laptop. That's when things escalated. He scoffed, leaned forward, and with what he later claimed was an accidental sweep of his arm, he sent my open laptop crashing to the floor. The screen shattered with a sickening crack. My critical work gone. I gasped, utterly horrified. He put on a show of faux concern. "Oh dear, how clumsy of me. Let me help you." He bent down, picked up the mangled remains, and then, with a sleight of hand I didn't register in my shock, he swapped it. He handed me his old, basic, cheap laptop, its screen also cracked, claiming, "Looks like we both had a rough day with our tech, eh?" Then, with a smirk, he walked away, my high-end, custom-built machine now safely in his carry-on, while I was left with a useless brick. It wasn't until I reached my hotel in Toronto, desperately trying to see if any data could be salvaged from what I thought was my shattered laptop, that I realized the grotesque betrayal. The serial number, the build, the specific internal components, it wasn't mine. He hadn't accidentally broken my laptop. He had stolen it, replacing it with his own broken junk. My entire presentation, potentially my contract, my professional reputation, all jeopardized by this callous, entitled thief. The financial loss was immense, but the betrayal was even deeper. Rage burned through me, cold and precise. I remembered his name, his distinctive Bengal cat, and the vague company logo on his briefcase. Leveraging my considerable tech skills, I scoured public records, professional networks, and flight manifests, cross-referencing everything I'd observed. It took hours, but I found him. Carson Bellamy, a senior consultant, heading to a major investment pitch the very next morning. His success depended on him catching a specific high-speed connection from Toronto's Union Station to a suburban business park. He was relying on that pitch to secure a multi-million-dollar deal, a fact he'd boasted about in one of his obnoxious phone calls. The next morning, I was at Union Station, blending into the early morning rush, my resolve unwavering. I saw Carson, looking impeccably dressed, sipping an expensive coffee, still loud on his phone, oblivious to the world. He was heading towards the platform for his crucial connecting train. I waited until he was just about to descend the escalator, then approached him with a look of frantic concern. "Carson, thank goodness I caught you," I exclaimed, my voice just loud enough to cut through his phone conversation. "They just announced it. Your 7:15 a.m. express to Kings Point, it's been moved. Track 14, not 7. They said it was a last-minute switch for some track maintenance, and it's leaving in 5 minutes." He paused, a flicker of annoyance crossing his face, but his inherent arrogance, the same trait that made him believe I wouldn't notice the laptop swap, also made him believe my helpful warning. He didn't even glance at the overhead departure board. "What? Track 14, you say? Unbelievable." He snatched his expensive coffee, grabbed his cat carrier, and began to half-run towards the far end of the station, where track 14 was located. I watched, a quiet, profound satisfaction settling in my chest. I saw him weaving through the crowds, cursing under his breath, desperately searching for a track that was clearly marked for a different destination, a slower regional service that only departed much later. Meanwhile, the actual 7:15 a.m. express to Kings Point, the one he needed, departed precisely on time from track 7, its doors closing with a soft hiss, carrying away his chances of making that crucial pitch. The fallout was swift and devastating. I kept tabs on him. That evening, LinkedIn was buzzing. Carson Bellamy, the hotshot consultant, had not only missed his firm's biggest pitch of the year, but the client had gone with a competitor. Within a week, the news broke that he was parting ways with his company, a thinly veiled euphemism for being fired. I even heard, through an industry rumor, that his personal investments were heavily tied to that deal, and its collapse left him in dire financial straits. My laptop was still gone, a huge inconvenience and expense, but knowing I had delivered an equivalent, career-ending blow to this arrogant thief filled me with a sense of pure, unadulterated justice. He stole my means of livelihood. I stole his. Some people really do have it coming, and watching their carefully constructed world collapse around them, knowing you gave it the push, is a satisfaction that few things can match. He learned that karma isn't just a concept. It can be a meticulously planned operation.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button to like it. And please do subscribe to support the channel.